Soft. You're so kind. Hello, 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 and welcome to another Daily Code Fun. Thank you so much, Dukasoft, for that gift sub right off the bat. Haven't even gotten started, and you're already being generous and kind and just an all around awesome person. Thank you for setting a good example. I want to be like you. I'm still getting set up. And there it is. That shouldn't affect our stream. Cool. Okay, so I'm getting pulled into a meeting tomorrow, and it should end an hour before the stream would normally start. So even if it goes long, we should be fine to start the stream at the normal time. I sent out a couple of announcements yesterday about having jury duty on the 19th of next month, 19th, 16th. One of those Mondays, whichever one is a Monday. I think it's the 19th. So we'll find out what happens to the stream. I'll find out on the Friday before whether I will be expected to go in. And then we'll figure out if I do have to go in, whether they'll select me or not. Who knows? I haven't a clue. Ow, 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 my lips, my lips. And then the other thing is that the client team, the one that I report to on a weekly basis about the progress of the application, is adding 30 minutes to the meeting and then moving it to a half hour earlier on Tuesdays, where I'll have my normal, here's our progress, and then there'll be another meeting with the rest of the team, the real developers, the real programmers, afterwards. Oh. Sorry, I really need to get this thing off my lip. It's just skin. Ow. And it's dead. But it's so bothersome. Anyway, hello Zulius, hello Automated Realms. Being snarky this morning. Hello Prog Testing. And anyone else that may be lurking, I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Little Saturday. Hump day. I am trying to get situated. Ooh, Prog Testing has a message for us. I got my new internet today, so now I can watch you in HD. Awesome. I am really glad for you. There is nothing like a good and solid internet connection. Could we have a second announcement channel for the important announcements instead of having them in the same channel as the start and stop stream? I wonder if I can rename that channel without breaking Broken Sword's bot. Maybe I can rename that channel and then have an actual announcements channel. So that one will be stream announcements. And then I will create a regular announcements channel. And that way, at least the announcements channel is still there. And then we'll find out if it breaks his bot. We'll at least still have an announcements channel if his bot needs it to be by channel name instead of channel ID. The channels are using IDs, so it shouldn't break. Shouldn't TM break. Good. So yes, absolutely can Dukasoft, and it is now done. This is where all of the actual announcements will be, instead of being muddled up with the stream start stop announcements. Done. Done-a-reno. Awesome. 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 Cool. Okay, so that's done. I still have some windows on this screen that need to be moved. No, I don't. I need, man. So the TwitchBot thing was pretty easy at first for setting up the Twitch chat listener portion of it. That was pretty easy in the long run. But now I'm trying to do something as simple as subscribe to the oh no. Oh no. I broke a thing. Subscribe to the redeems, channel redeems. And apparently there are two types of tokens that you get from Twitch with regards to a bot. You get a user token and you get an app token. No, DC Aggie has meetings for the entire day. And so my bot was trying to use an app token to subscribe to events like the redeem channel points events, but it sounds like you need a different type of token, which is the user token, and I also need to figure out which user. Is it going to be my bot user, or is it going to be the channel user will be the one that needs to do this. And so it needs that token instead, access token, which requires a completely different way to get than just using Twitch Live to get it, which is hard for me to understand. But hopefully, I'm just missing something in Twitch Live as far as being able to get the client access token. Like the Twitch API object. That thing seems like Twitch API client. No, I'm not touching it right now. Why are you asking? Seems like it should have a setting where you can put a code. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay, so that'll be fun to figure out. I got some really, really good help from the people on the Twitch API Discord server. They are really nice and really helpful. They didn't treat me like the biggest idiot in the world. They were actually working with me and giving me suggestions. I was like, what? It's been such a good experience. Anyway, I'm going to refresh this and rejoin the channel. It's not joining. Flia says, yeah, I see much worse discords. Okay, here we go. Rejoin one lines channel. I need to get rid of this stuff here. And hopefully that will be enough. Hello, Coding with Scott, to have my bot up and running. Yay. Okay, so right now the main thing that's happening is when I try to use the Twitch pub sub, I'm getting this error here. I can't control scroll. It's so weird that that turned into a non-thing. Control scrolling is no longer how you zoom in and out, which is super duper weird. But I get this as a response when I try to use Twitch pub sub. Obviously, I am providing the wrong access token. And it's because I'm supposed to be providing an access token that is a user access token, and I'm trying to provide an app access token because that's the only thing you can get when doing all of the authentication server side only without user interaction. So what I need to do is have a button on the client side that I can push, and then it sends a post to the Twitch API. I need to do this. And the thing is that I'm following these instructions, but I'm not understanding quite where I'm supposed to implement everything in C#. But I do have another sample project that I'll be following. But I send a request, a post request, using this. And I'm not exactly sure why it's a post request when everything is provided in the URL. Wait, is that the wrong one? Yeah, this is the right one. Ow. So I do a post. Ow. Is it really a post? I don't remember where I read that it needed to be a post. But it's supposed to be somewhere. So I do this. Ow. Ow. I've seen all of the examples. Every single one of them. I'm kidding. I do this, and then my redirect URI, I'm thinking is going to be the one that sends it to the running app. So for me, localhost port 7269 / which I would have to URL encode, but / OAuth or whatever my API controller endpoint is going to be that receives the code. But then again, I could also just have it redirect to one of these pages. And then that page, so let's say this page also has a route that's code, whatever code I get sent back. But I think that it's going to send it back using question mark. Actually, I really don't know what it sends back. It's really hard to tell, in my opinion. I could just be an idiot, but it sounds like it's sending back a response that has code. Yeah, so it will be a request that has query string parameters. So it'll send me back the code, the scope, and then whatever state. So if I have that in my app, I would get code equals, yeah, and scope equals my space separated list of scopes, and state will be whatever the state is that I passed in to get it back. And so my client side will receive that. It'll open that. And then my client side, because it'll see that it has all of these, it will send the signal R request to the bot with the code. Then the bot will do the next request, which is to get the access token. Which is to get the access token. So it'll do a request to ID, Twitch, TV, OAuth2, token, all of this stuff as a post. That's where I wrote it as a post. But yeah, I don't know. I just keep going back to the dev.twitch thing, the Twitch Live GitHub, and I wasn't able to really follow the example. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's it. I just don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't see anything that was specifically like PubSub. For something like a Blazor WebAssembly project, I guess. So I'm doing this with the Blazor WebAssembly project with a hosted API backend. And just about everything is like, use JavaScript. I'm like, oh. So anyway, we're not doing that. We are working on the financial management tracker. I did find a thing. My amazing wife helped me find it. I'm still looking for one more book, though. I didn't realize that there is still one more book. This is my project book. I don't know if you can actually see it. I should have stayed in the other screen. But anyway, this is my project book. And the first project in here were the extra projects that I was doing when I used to work for Human Resources. And then I worked on that special project. This is from July 26, 2010. And so this is all of the stuff that I tried to implement for that specific project. All of my Cooley, manic fever dream written notes in it with pictures. I'm trying to find a good page to show. Moving on, I need to implement the 3 page types. Then we truly have a document object that can be read by the application. I'll be back intermittently until this gets done. Yeah, the thing that I don't get with the Twitch library is where each thing should live. Like, I was just thinking that everything that I'm doing from the Twitch library, the Twitch API, the Twitch client, and the Twitch pub sub are going to live on the server with my instantiated bot for that Signal R connection. Or if I just have a singleton bot, then for the server. Oh, here's a good page. Database flow for the data for my portion of this application. Pretty pictures. And then even more pretty pictures. Oh no. Pretty pictures. So it's like I still should have a portion. It feels like I should have some portion of the Twitch Live database, some portion of the Twitch Live running on the client, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess I could just use a regular HTTP client. And that's the other thing. So in this auth flow, I wonder if I could receive the response using HTTP client, and that response will be this redirect URI. And then I could manually navigate to the redirect URI. And then I could manually navigate to the redirect URI from within the app, so it didn't have to essentially open another instance of the app or close the current instance of the app and then reopen it. Because as you know, if you try to navigate to another page by using the URL, it reloads the app on that page navigation event versus actually navigating when you click on the link inside of the app. Yeah, and that's what I am doing. So, do I have any secrets showing anywhere? Probably. So currently, here is my controller. I'm planning on using this OAuth controller as my callback URI for at least one of them, for the one that gives me back the token, most likely. But in here, I just have a simple SignalR server with a whole bunch of endpoints, which is in my SignalR here. So then all of my public methods are essentially SignalR endpoints that I could send messages to. And the bot itself is the thing that holds on to the Twitch client, the Twitch API, whoops, and Twitch pops up. Sorry, this is the Twitch client I'm using, not this one, although I want to use this one. Since I have all of my client secrets and everything inside of app settings for the running application, I was thinking why not just dependency inject the Twitch client instead of newing up a new Twitch client every single time we connect. It's going to be the same Twitch client regardless of how many instances of the app I'm running. For myself, of course. If I'm hosting it on my own local web server inside of the house, I have one Twitch client that I would like to be the single source that all of my computers can access on the network. So that's there, and it's using WebSocket client, and I connect and everything, but it's down here when I make it to join channel. So whenever I join a channel, more specifically my channel, I would like to listen to channel points for my channel and send the topics that I want to listen to the Twitch PubSub client. And this is where I'm getting the authentication error, because I'm sending the app client token from Twitch API, which is right down here. Twitch API client auth get access token, if I don't already have one, as opposed to the client auth flow give me a user access token. So that's what would go here in my public access token. It's just that missing piece of doing the client auth flow. Click on a button somewhere in my app if it's not already authenticated to Twitch. Get the access code, send the access code to Twitch again at some other endpoint, get back the access token. And it almost sounds like when I send it back, I'm supposed to send the, like here's the pseudocode that I wrote. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong one. To kind of round out my understanding of how this is supposed to work. OAuth controller. Where did I get the tokens from right now? I got them from, so that's one thing that I wanted to find again, but there was actually a really good article that talked me through generating the token, the original token that I'm using for the Twitch chat client myself, without needing to go to some third-party website like twitchtokengenerator.com. And I think it had me use the CLI to do it, and but that was again for generating the app access token. And so that is in app settings. So the one that I think you're talking about is the bot chat IRC password. twitchapps.com/TMI apparently is where I did it from. Maybe. I really can't remember how I did it originally. But these notes here are from Fierce Kitten's sample, I'm pretty sure. No, they're not, because she didn't have us do this part. There was another flippin' repo that I followed to get this far. So anyway, I generated that one here. So this is my TwitchBot IRC password. And I was thinking that this could be the token that I send. So obviously this is not the token, but this could be the token that I send without the OAuth on it. But that also gives me an error. So this Twitch options.secret here, for example, if I tried that here for access token, is that what I'm setting as my secret? Because the client secret is not the same as the access token, is what all of the documentation makes sure to make clear. Service extensions. No. Where am I registering the OAuth? Oh, duh. The thing that I tried before was this. My Twitch chat client dot connection credentials dot OAuth. And then I've tried it with just this, and then replacing OAuth colon with nothing. And neither of those worked. Kind of afraid to scroll down because I don't really know if it's showing my actual connection information that I'm attempting to connect with in my console write line. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, like there is one point when I'm doing a console log on the connection string that I'm trying to use here. And part of that is my client secret. Not my client secret, my API secret. But that's not turned on, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I don't know how to. Can't show that. This is beyond what I've tried with my own bot, and I'm way too mentally exhausted to make any sense of this. Gonna stop throwing random breadcrumb questions that won't lead anywhere, and just lay back in bed. Completely understand. I thank you for providing any information. The overall goal, and if I'm just doing it wrong, I am completely okay with redoing this entire portion of it. I love the chat bot portion of it. That one's working fine. You can see messages, you can actually send commands. I can push I had UI in the other version of this app where I could type in a chat message, pick the room that I want to send it to, push send, and it'll chat to that room. But the thing that I am having trouble with is subscribing to uh, reward redemptions. That's all I'm trying to do. And if there's a different way that I should be doing this, I can start that from scratch. No problem. But yeah, it looks like things are good. Where is my log? Twitch pub sub log. Twitch pub sub log. Twitch client chat. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so pub sub log is still telling me that I'm using the wrong authentication code, access code, whatever. When I do this. But yeah, Dukasoft was asking Zulius, have you tried coffee? Or maybe he was asking me, or all of us. He's asking all of us, have you tried coffee? And the answer is yes. Zulius said, I've already had like 4 cups today. With the coolest little... Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. I love it. Product testing said I uploaded my 21,000 products, my 21,000 product eShop to Vultr, whatever that is. And holy moly, it is fast. And he was asking everyone, with a capital everyone. But anyway, we're not here to work on the bot. I will do that on my own time. Instead, on my own time, I will be working on the, what are we working on? Financial management tracker. Trigonometry tracker. Some kind of cool story, bro. Okay, that goes there. Yay, the automated realms bot actually responded. Oh my gosh. Thank you, automated realms bot. Okay, so we got to a decent point with the app, which is still currently running. Where? That is a lot of windows open that I might not still need. Looking at hosting solutions for static web apps. Simple game dev. That's what we're currently looking at. This is the app. Hello, app. And then this is the bot. And I have a message. Hello, message. Um, I have Sorry, I'm writing back to a friend. Oh my goodness. I do have some exciting news though. I was introduced to a project lead for someone in Sogeti that is wanting to move forward with AR, VR, MR, all of that fun stuff. And so I may be able to get on a team that will start shaping the future of those technologies, at least from where Sogeti is involved with it. So that's really exciting for me if I can use work time to learn AR, VR, and do research. Thank you much. Okay, done typing my story. Oh my gosh. I want to do stuff. I want to get stuff done today. We got pretty far along. Here is our main landing page. It looks pretty good to me. We need to do some styling, obviously, for the footer portion of it. That usually has like sections. The font is smaller. They're lined up better. Right now, it's just a title type-ish span, and then an unordered list that I was going to just turn into a list of links and style differently. Um, then the data entry portion so far looks like this, where these are buttons to switch the component that is. Your kids went aggro on you? Oh man, you are perfectly in time for some chill code. I don't know that I'm a pro. I will pretend to be at least. I will act like I know what I'm doing, and I'll do my best at it. And I hope I don't lead you astray. But we are just doing some UI work currently because we designed this project. And also, hi, Yokota. Welcome in to the Daily Code Fun. Uh, we did some design work as far as sketching out UI. I'm not a designer and I wanted to try my hand at the entire process beginning to end. So we designed out the user interface for this financial management project after doing the what is this app going to do? What do we want it to do? What kind of database are we going to use? What kind of models? Stuff like that. So I sketched out a landing page, a few iterations of the landing page, what it could look like. If we go with more of a neumorphic design, this is what it might look like. Um, this is a flat design, and then this is like, I don't know, I just like this one better. I don't like the green that is coming through in this background, but we can change the colors. I still like the layout quite a bit and the overall aesthetic, and that's why we moved forward. So we are now sketching the rest of it out in the application, applying some CSS, And moving this over like so. Scooch. I said scooch. So the last thing that we did was we set up the payment homepage to be display grid and just kind of, not the whole page, sorry, the data entry portion of the data entry form portion of the page. And now I am going to assign all of these form groups their grid areas. And this is our grid template areas that we're going to give to each of these. So let's make sure that every single one of these has a way for me to target them. I will go ahead and give them IDs. I haven't been in the habit of using IDs, but I think I want to be. um, I've almost always been targeting everything by class. But when it's something as specific as I would like to be able to assign each of these form groups a grid area, then it's probably better to target them by ID. Awesome, Deflux, you made it. Thank you so so very much for the subscription. Oh, you're so cool. You guys are all so cool. Dukasoft says, I've only ever used ID for JavaScript stuff. Yeah, but this isn't JavaScript. This is all CSS. All CSS. I haven't written any JavaScript for this app myself yet, nor do I think we're going to need to for quite some time. Yeah, we should be able to accomplish all of the UX and other functionality without needing JavaScript. But anyway, Yokta, once again, welcome in. I forgot to actually read out your comment. So Yokta said, oh man, feeling stuck after studying Python for 3 weeks, 24/7. Just came here to chill and see the pro do its thing. Well, welcome in. Enjoy your chill time. I won't bother you very much, unless, of course, you feel like being active and having a conversation, in which case we'll talk. Otherwise, hopefully it's very chill. Right. Okay, so let's start up here. Let's add more. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Let me grab my mobile studio real quick so I can actually see what these events are. Yeah, because they're not showing up there. Which I'm not logged in. Great. I need to get that opened. Okay. But yeah, I at least got to see the little follow thing. Load. Tell it to load. Okay, where's my mouse? We're giving you an ID of transdate. Input, just transdate. If you write it on Raspberry Pis, is it Python with a PI? Absolutely. It's transcendent is what it is. I like the snake emoji. Sure. Why not? I opt in. I opt in. Open dashboard. If you write it on Raspberry Pis, it's called hack this device. Pie. Don says Dickasoft. Transdate. What are you? Payee. Gosh, yeah. So naming things is going to be even harder when I'm trying to name the group, where it's like I kind of want to put the suffix on all of these entry. So transdate entry is comprised of the label and the input box. This one, the payee entry is comprised of the payee label and the select list. But I'm gonna leave it off and see how far I go. I could also call it group. I'm not gonna. Memo. I don't need to worry about this now that I'm selecting by ID. And then this thing here is where it's gonna get kind of muddy because I don't want the detail entry in its own group in its own subgroup, subcontainer anymore because I'm using grid. So I think I want to do it more like this. And that breaks it. What? Oh, because it always does that. It's like I deleted a div from somewhere else that did not involve you, and for some reason you want to act like it did. It's like you don't know me. You don't know me. Cutting with Scott says, I'm surprised Apple hasn't released a pie device. Apple pie sounds yummy. It's okay. We got all of the ice cream and Oreo and everything like that from Android. Because that makes just as much sense as what you said, even though yours is more clever. Oh boy. Where is dashboard, please? Dashboard, so I can see chat and events and everything. Pop out my events. Pretty soon, this is all going to be handled inside of my dashboard for my bot. It's going to be nice to have one-stop shop instead of needing to go into dashboard. Because the other thing that I'll be able to do with it is refund redeems, run commercials so that no one has to deal with pre-rolls. Have you guys that are not subscribed been getting commercials very often? I hope not. I don't know how often it runs ads. I didn't set it to automatically run ads at all. So you should only get a pre-roll commercial if you come in when I haven't manually run an ad, or if I manually run an ad, which I don't do very often, if at all. Cool, Scott has the ad blocker extension. An ad blocker extension, I should say. Not only that, live coding, but it's spilling into the stream, which is absolutely okay. You are 100% allowed, a million percent allowed. So, live coding was doing some Blazor talk about hacking people essentially, so I ignored him. No, I don't really know what it was about, but it was a lot, and I've been mostly busy, but I want to help when I can. I'm getting stuff set up still, that's why I'm distracted. But he's here in chat, and he said, my hostile takeover of the Blazor channel on Discord continues. I'm enjoying working on that bot a lot, more than I should be. I have Turbo and never see ads. Awesome. Awesome. I was thinking of getting Turbo as well. But you should still see pre-roll ads, I think. I can't remember. I haven't needed any Blazor knowledge so far, but the robot I'm building is against a Blazor-powered website. What was this hostile thing? Wasn't that hostile? I moved to Maui. I don't know what that's in response to. Oh, hostile takeover of Blazor. It wasn't that hostile for Deflux because he moved to the Maui channel. Zero ads with Turbo. It's super legit. And I watch Twitch on iPad/TV and never see ads. It's not some weird ad block. Yeah. Yeah. So I definitely know that Twitch Turbo is legit. I just didn't know that it completely got rid of ads. I thought that there was still some kind of statement in there about except for. Promotions and ads that are embedded into a broadcast, obviously, because if the user is doing their own ads within the stream, and then in rare situations delivered with certain simulcast content. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely no ads when you're watching Twitch normally from a normal streamer. Yeah. No, don't forget that you also get this nice little chat badge and more emotes. Twitch subs saw ads for a while. I don't know the current state of Twitch sub ads. I think they're off maybe. I haven't seen any ads for channels that I am subbed to. But I would be okay with turning it off for every channel. The streamers that I frequent though, I sub to them because if they are providing content that I am like, yeah, this is what I love, then I am going to sub them. For example, Simple Game Dev. Simple Game Dev. I'm subbed to him with his Vibe Cat. Very important. You can hide the chat badge so no one knows your shame. This is like shame, pride. Scott says my badge is the coolest. I haven't ever seen anyone with that badge. I haven't seen anyone else with it. So Scott is talking about, and hopefully it looks the same in OBS that it does. In regular Twitch chat. Yeah, I've been on a lot of people's channels that are much more popular than mine, and I've only ever seen this badge with your name, ever. Okay, back to the project. I broke something on purpose. It was on purpose. I'm not exactly sure what, but if I look at the actual console error message, which I've been trying to do for the last 10 minutes, create element on document, blank is not a valid tag name, which I fixed unless the closing tag also broke. It did not. Do you need to rebuild or something? It's just acting like I have an empty tag somewhere, and that would have happened while I was deleting the wrapper on this group here, but I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. No more empty tags. Oh, I did a hard refresh in it. Oh, no, no, no. Do you have a line number? All right, we'll just undo my delete. So let's try deleting this one first, and then this one. Save. What do you say? Are you happy with that? Nope. You know what? You know what? You're stale. Okay? You're stale. That's what I gotta say to you. Lunch. Lunch. Okay. Into the data entry. Yay. 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 We're back. So we have an ID for you, ID for you. You are going to have an ID as well of line item. Yeah, so this is the one that I might need more detail on because the line item portion is currently just talking about the line item with the drop down, this one here. And then there is a detail that belongs with the line item that goes next. So this is like line item detail, and then there's a line item amount. So maybe I do want to call you line item type, line item detail, and line item amount. Save. And then the add line item button. And as you can tell, I'm not in the habit of using the prefixes. So like btn, add line item kind of thing. I just find it to be more descriptive and easier to read like this. I could be completely wrong. Transaction details. Posted date. Count. Submit. Okay, so I think I might have forgotten to add the submit button somewhere in here. We'll figure out where to put the submit button in an hour because it'll take me that long just to do this part. I'm going to grab all of the IDs. He's funny. Going to grab all of these odd days. So that I can put them here like this, make them ID selectors, and make their body rules. Body rules, they're all going to have a grid area property. Man, you did it again, jerk. Next line, please. Okay, so you're going to be Tib. You're going to be Pit. You're going to be Pi. You're going to be Lie. D. A. Add button. Lid. Is that what this is? Yeah, transaction details, line item details, whatever. Disconsistent PID ACK sub. Okay, so we'll figure out where to put the submit button eventually. Actually, we'll figure it out now. We'll put the submit button. Well, why don't we just put it next to the account button? There we go. And we'll put you inside of a form group too so that the button itself can be styled individually. Would you look at that? It knew what I wanted to do before I knew what I wanted to do. Perfect. Okay, the other cool thing that we can do with this is tell everything to be aligned to the bottom of its grid container. Do I want to do that for everything? I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. Maybe not, because the table itself, that's okay though. I can just do, since everything else will be align items flex end, so that all of my buttons are in line with my input boxes. The table, when I give it a minimum height, actually when I just give it a fixed height, because then everything else is going to scroll, is going to go to the bottom of the available height that I give it. So yeah, don't need those anymore. Oops, I deleted one too many curly braces. Tommy braces. Okay, I'm done with you. You can keep reformatting yourself to a single line. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Yes, I do. I want to figure out how to turn that off. So our line item, our transaction details is going to be align self, like start. Actually, it's going to be align self stretch, because I want it to take up the full height of the available space so that the footer is always going to be at the far, far bottom. But I don't think that that's how that works. We'll find out. Okay, so you are going to have a fixed height of, let's say, just for now. Actually, let's do it in character count. So 12 lines of characters. 12 character width height. Hello, science streams. Fun times yesterday, as always, on your stream. If you haven't seen science streams or experienced, because it's an experience, science streams, you should definitely check them out when you get the chance. Super fun times. High energy. I loved it, the fake stream disconnect. That was a real stream disconnect. I know, automated realm spot. I know. I know. I need to tell you to not send messages when, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. I'm not going to argue with you, automated realms. Jeez. Just such good times. Such good times. I'm sure if we did a full clip shout out, we'd get a fun clip. But yeah. If you ever need to pick me up, though, definitely check out his stream. Such good energy. Oh, it's so good. And if you just want fun, and just watch him. Just watch. Just go to his stream and watch now. Wait. what if he's not streaming right now? And there's Epic of Sam. Yes, more fun people. Oh my gosh. I don't have any. Like, I need to make custom commands for you guys. It's gonna be so much easier when the bot is like fully there. I'll make one where only the bot can do a thing, and I'll be like, add so Epic of Sam, and then have some funky description for you, or I'll make you add the description. But right now it doesn't work. So yeah, check her out. She's a gamer. She plays a lot of a couple really fun games, a million really fun games on stream all at the same time. Um, I will spam the crap out of it if you let me. I would. I absolutely would. So I would turn essentially what this command here would do that I wrote, the add so Epic of Sam, it would prompt Sam to type in a description for her stream, and it'll take her next message, or maybe I'll have you put a command in as the response to that if you feel like it. Otherwise, if you don't respond by the end of the stream, then it'll just have a exactly where the F is my coffee. Then it'll just have the standard check out this streamer. They are amazing. You should check them out. Kind of thing. My bot is gonna be Smirt. Oh yeah, yeah. I only showed you that first one. By the way, speaking of my bot, here is one of the original, and I think this is the second notebook. I need to find my first notebook because this one is mostly empty, and my first notebook is completely full. So this is all that's in this notebook. It's not very much. Um, but this is Janko. You enjoy my battle of platypi. Which is the everyone knows that it's the singular version of platypuses. But anyway, here's Janko. Again, my first notes in this are from 17 November 2010, and I essentially made redrawing image from book, drawing a box in perspective, utilizing eye level and vanishing point. Yeah, that's not part of Junko. That's just me trying to learn how to draw. I was really, really, really trying really hard to practice sketching every minute that I had that was free. This is what the Bruce Clark Library, come on. This is what the Bruce Clark Library bookshelves look like. Um, Good day, Junko. No, I know what this one was. This was not the actual Junko design. These, and I'm doing this. Um, I'm kind of afraid to say this out loud. This is earnest. This is concerted. This is for real, genuine. I was writing notes in journal style to future Junko, to future AI that I develop in the far future, so that it could read them. And yeah, good day, Junko. We're at the IM Sync meeting. I do hope we're able to get some good information. More training. So the goal was to have the image recognition processor be able to take this notebook, flip through it so it has some kind of mechanical component that I can actually turn the pages in this, read the text, and actually discern my chicken scratch. And yeah. So over the weekend, we started learning about speech recognition programming, very brief intro to give you ears, and now back to Security Plus, because I needed to do my Security Plus training. Guess what? On the next day, more Security Plus. Security Plus pre-stuff done. Time for more research on speech recognition. Tutorial on hidden Markov models. Yeah, so I was writing to Jonko, and one day he's going to read this. It's going to be great. Here is my flow for speech recognition for Jonko using hidden Markov models. And it all has to do with current word n-1, n-1 plus 1. So the previous 2 words, the previous 3 words, probability of x given the previous word, probability of x given the previous 2 words, probability of x given the previous 3 words. Oh man. But I still want to find the important. Gosh, you made me say important. Most important note ever. Um, yeah, that's the only thing that Automated Realms knows. So Automated Realms is the beginnings of Junko, who won't be called Junko. He'll be called whatever you want to call him. But the only thing that he knows how to respond with when you at him is, "I like your hat too." That's it. He'll get smarter. He will. Oh, absolutely. You are an amazing scrimmer, and you have good energy too, as well, along with also. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? I need to make my column widths now. So my column widths are going to vary based on. So we're going to have to do that as well very soon. I don't want to let this get too far behind. Normally, I've seen people say that you should start with mobile approach. So do all of your design to target mobile devices and then design for web, but for bigger screen devices. But I'm going to go ahead and do this screen size and then have a media query for my smaller screen sizes for this form specifically. To do that, I am going to use grid template areas or grid template columns. Jeez. My brain stopped for a minute. It's cool. Do it. Just do it. I can hear that every time. What is it? It's the what did you call it earlier? Join me and my platysauruses. Platypi. It's your platypi. I show this on stream. Here is one platypi that's eating a fish. Is that what it's doing? What's the red thing? What's the red thing? It's my "this is fine" emote because there's like fire burning down behind it. It's drinking tea. A cup of tea. And melting just a little. I see the tea now. The red thing is a table. And the tea is the little brown cup. This is fine. And Dugasoff with the drink tea. We came up with that. That really should be a command too. Drink tea. Oh. Oh yeah, drink water. Yeah. If you have a fear of blank white space in art, yeah, like it's there is no empty space at all. It's all filled in. Okay, I'm gonna size these columns to be grid template columns. We said that there are 5 columns across. The first column is going to be that one that has the date and I think I messed up with some of that. You need to expand again, please. You don't have to think. Don't think. Simple, draw on black paper. You can still have white space on black paper. We're all inclusive, okay? My body lies over the ocean and also over the sea. Oh man, something seems wrong about this. I think I put wow. Okay, back to the the design. I can't see why transaction data is taking up more space than line item type. Uh, does anyone know where I put my, oh, there it is. Yeah, line item type is super small. That's what happened. So line item type looks like maybe about 10 characters long, which would leave an extra whatever the gap is plus maybe 2 characters for that. So 12 characters. Yeah, so let's do 10 characters, 2 characters, then maybe a, so this would take up 3, 2 characters plus another 10, 5, and 5. This is all very scientific, okay? All right, thank you so much for the lurk. Lurking like a turkey. I mean, thank you, Dukasoft, for the lurk. I hope you enjoy your pizza to the max. Oh yeah. Sweet, my years of fears just like that. Drawing on black paper. But I don't really want anyone to think I'm lazy now. It's epic. So Sam. Sam says, okay, so that's not quite right. Right, and the submit button should fit inside of there. Cool, not bad. Not bad. So now we can tweak this a little bit. We can make you 12. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's pretty bad, but it's not the worst. Um, your aligned self stretch. Why not justify self stretch as well? No? You said no to me? I'm more behind. I'm a big behind. It's terrible. Make it pink. I want to see how much space this thing takes up. Oh wow, the table inside of you is what needs to take up the full space. There. So the table inside needs to be width 100%. There we are. Beautiful. What's up with the left spacing here though? Did I make the first column the delete column? Is that what this is? No. What's up with this space on the far left of you there? Oi. Oi. Your text center. Got it. Yeah, I really, really like styling things better with grid because I could control the column width a lot easier to say this one takes up auto, this one takes up free space, this one takes up auto. Maybe if we only specified th first and th last, or I guess column first and column last. Did I even add column? I don't think I did. Tyron. Hello, Tyron. The table inside of you. That sounds disturbing. Why? It is the best. The table inside of you belongs and describes. Call. What's the thing that goes on column groups? Value? ID? ID? I think ID. I don't exactly know what to use column groups for, by the way. This will be lit. This will be lid. And this will be Leah. All right. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like you should be able to select an entire column using column group. That's what it looks like. Epic said, I was just thinking if I had a full table inside of me, like a dining room table, I feel I'd look pretty funny. It would almost feel cartoony. Almost, but not quite. How did the interviews go with Google? So I did get feedback from the recruiter yesterday. So the interview was last week Tuesday, I think. Last week Monday or Tuesday. Um, but I didn't get the feedback until yesterday. And with the way that I performed in the coding interviews, she said that it was borderline, but that they're going to try to get me in front of hiring a few hiring managers that have want to see if I'm a good fit for whatever project they're doing or whatever team they have, etc. So I'm kind of relieved that it wasn't like I was a smash hit. I didn't expect to be. I did try my hardest, but I knew that my nerves would get a hold of me and I would stutter and be all over the place. But I'm kind of relieved because I was given some opportunities, some information. Lane is always fit. Um, Yesterday, actually. So we had an all hands meeting. Also, unlurk. We had an all hands meeting uh, that was Sagetti US wide, which meant a million people. Not really a million, but you know what I mean. So there were a lot of people there, but they were talking about certain initiatives that Sagetti is getting into, and it just happens to be along the lines of what I want to get into. And so I might be joining a team, a forward-thinking team in this topic, and I might be able to do a lot of the learning that I want to do during my normal work hours, like, and get paid for it. And that's just like it's awesome because I don't want to I do want to spend my off work hours increasing my knowledge and developing my skills more, but at the same time I don't. I'd rather spend my work time doing that and actually be expected to do that because I can currently. It's just that I feel like I need to devote all of my work time to the client project that I'm assigned to. um, I don't think that I will. Yeah. So Google would have to offer me a position for a project that I am going to either absolutely be in love with or a combination of that with a compensation package that would be hard to turn down, which is not to try to be, hofty or full of myself, because I didn't perform well at all during the interviews, and I don't think that I am deserving of that much um, of an offer. But I know that I can learn and that I have the drive and the passion for it as long as you put me on a project that I care about. Yeah. I don't know how to word it. It's terrible. I'm a terrible person. That's all. That's how you word it. Um, yeah. So that's how it went. Anyway, that's how it went. I didn't do great, but I didn't do worse than the average. I did just above average, and I still have a chance to talk with one or more hiring managers that might want me on their team or want to see if I'm a good fit for their team. Um, DC Aggie said, in response to the table inside of you, results are back. I'm afraid it's a table inside of you, and it's going to have to come out. We'll replace it with a rat's nest of divs, which is superior in principle, but often just as messy in practice. True. I was about to turn this into a div soup. Because it's like, I want total to be at the bottom of the container, which means that we give this a height of 100% and that should work. But the problem with giving it a height of 100% is if we gave our THs, or TR, I guess our TRs for this. Actually, let me just do it like this. If we give all of our TRs, border, bottom, one pick solid. Hello? Why am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing my border bottoms? Anyway, you can see it from me mousing over, but the header row still takes up whatever space it's supposed to, but then the T body and the TR inside of that T body will take up the full space, which is bad for my styling because then I'd have to do something weird like vertical line. Is it just a line? Top. I think it's vertical line. There it is. V-align top, but then if I have more than one item in here, then it distributes the space differently. Uh, like if I wanted each TR to have a different height or more padding or something. I don't know why these styles aren't applying. It says I'm selecting all TRs, and it's not overwriting them. But anyway, it just has a lot of implications with positioning things, but maybe that is how I'll do it for now. Let's just see what that looks like. We can always fix it later, right? There's always a to-do. Bang important. Okay. Actually, I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. Do you wonder? What's in my wonder ball? TRs. Vertical align top. So that should have the same effect as what I just did there. And give it a nice padding. Nope. HTD and TH is going to have a padding of something small left and right. And yeah, why not? Why not? Let's see what that looks like all around. Cool. The transaction details itself will be position relative, and you'll see why in a second, as well as overflow auto, so that we get a scroll bar. And we will do our T head would have a position as sticky and top 0, so that when we scroll, the header stays, but the header will also need a TR background color. Do I have a table background color? I don't think I have a table background color yet. We'll do table background color, table header background. So I didn't put color in this one. I want to be consistent. And not only that, ooh, I called this text color instead of for color. I'm going to fix that too. Foreground. Aragorn. Database engine ding. Yet this. You, 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 edit. Rule 0. Sure, why not? Oh, yeah. Okay. No, you're supposed to fill in yourself. Oh, come on. What is it supposed to look like then? Help! Somebody help! I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. How am I supposed to do that? Dude, make this column bigger. Oh, I see. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. I wonder if this thing takes effect immediately when I manually add a command. It does not. So then what if I leave and rejoin the channel? Because I don't have it pulling the database. Like what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is every single time it receives a command, it'll check when was the last date that I looked for new commands. what is my last updated date, and are there any new commands added since that last updated date? But yeah, I think I actually would have to restart the app in order for it to requery for my current list of commands. So I could just make a refresh commands button, and then it would query for the new commands. Oh well, whatever. Let's see. Well, let me just make sure that it is reading from the place that I just did it then. Let's stop and stare. Load it. Join. Okay. Now what do you say? You say hey and hello, Alex. ¿Cómo allez-vous? No! You were supposed to replace user.name. Oh my gosh, epic fail. Oh, you're supposed to replace $user. I wonder if maybe just refreshing the page is good enough. No, because it's using a singleton on the server. Still gonna try. Nope. I have to restart the app. Oh man, I'm gonna make this better. It's gonna get better over time. We'll learn. Let's go. All right, thanks for being here, Sam. Everyone, make sure you check out Sam whenever you get the chance. She streams sporadically. I'm gonna say it's sporadic because I suck at remembering schedules, and I know that you've had a schedule-ish starting at like 7 p.m. my time. Something. Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. Yay! Do I use ReSharper? I do not. Right now I'm currently using Copilot. You can see the little. I don't even know what this thing is. So I have some ideas with that command that I'm gonna do. So I currently track the current usage count, but not by user. Ooh, but if I added a table that every time you ran a command, it would keep track of who ran the command and what command it was, and it will provide various responses depending on how often and how many times you have run the command. That sounds fun. Sure, let's use that color. Cool. Transform. Right. So the one of the things that I don't like about using position sticky on T head is that slight um, move that it does when you do scroll. I don't like that at all. So we'll figure that out eventually. But the other thing that I want is my T foot to also be position sticky, bottom 0. And excuse me. Yay. You'd have to have like 50 or so different tiers for me not to max it fast enough since I like to use that stuff a lot. Awesome. That'll be a good challenge for me to use machine learning skills. So instead of having fixed responses, it would have machine learning responses. It generates a statement back based on its mood at the time. That'll be fun. Oh, she's using all of her points. They're using all of their points. They're not going to have any points left over for something that's probably going to take a year to actually implement. 10 points at a time. You're going to eat up through your thousands, hundreds of thousands of points super fast if you keep doing 10 point at a time. Cool. Okay. Awesome. But it's always on Thursdays and Sundays. I didn't read that until just now. So Epic of Sam always streams on Thursdays and Sundays when she streams. But the starting time anywhere between 5 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Time, UTC -6, and 8, 9, whatever time she gets started. Thursdays and Sundays, although I jump all over the place. And it's okay if you can't show up. I just want to help you know that, like, it's not just you. I'm a jumper and only so reliable. You are completely okay. I feel the same as far as wanting people to feel like they can go wherever they feel like going, whenever they feel like going there. If you feel like staying here the whole time, then stay here the whole time. If you feel like jumping over to someone else's stream, jump over to their stream. Enjoy yourself. This is your life. Are you who you want to be? No. Awesomeness. Awesome stuff. Good times. Okay, so we kind of styled our data entry form the way that we want. We have the account type. So yeah, I'm for the most part happy with this. What happened to my active button style? When did I break my active button styling? Did anyone see when I deleted that? Aw. It's vomiting. Had a little too much party time. It's vomiting rainbows. Okay, so I want this to be just a little bit taller. Uh, I don't know where we are. What's going on? Um, yeah, and don't worry, I do see the little gap at the bottom, and we will address it and fix it and everything. Actually, we should be able to do that now. Let me go back to this one so we can see the thing poking through. If I were to transform, translate Y, I think it's like only 1 pixel off. It's the wrong way. Go down. It's the border that would be around it that's causing that. So this isn't the best approach because you can still see it when you get to the very bottom shift, and I really want it to stay at the bottom. So I think it has something to do with the border. Come on. Come on. Or collapse, border collapse, collapse. I can't remember what it is. There's some property on it that is the thing that causes this behavior. And I fixed it before, and that's why I'm not too worried about it now, because I can come back and fix it later. Because I know we aren't going to leave it like that. But yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and resize this thingy to 20 characters. And there we go. I'm happy with that. We will definitely fix the jiggliness. That's what it's called. It's called jiggliness. Scroll bars. So as I'm, or wait, one thing at a time. Let's figure out what happened to this active button style, which is this one. Did I somehow delete active button color? No, it's getting overwritten. What are you getting overwritten by? Oh, yeah, I somehow deleted active tab button background. Oh, duh. Distracted. Which means that I'm also missing another one that I renamed. Have you seen this? Distracted. Yes, they were talking about it yesterday during the Visual Studio uh, stream community stand-up thing. And they're like, if you want to even make your own grid, you can use this as a good sample. So absolutely good stuff. 100%. So that is something that we could use in this right here if we wanted to. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and use it. There's a raid. Did I miss a raid? Off by 1? When did we get off by 1? I'm all over the place. I will stop being all over the place soon. Thought I might be raiding out soon. Oh, I can. I didn't have plans to. I plan to try to get back to work as quickly as possible, and raids usually prevent me from getting right back to work, which is why I don't do it as often. Not that I'm unappreciative of other streamers and such, but yeah. There is a certain investment that you kind of feel like you have to make when you raid, in my opinion, that I feel like I have to make. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Um, those are my buttons. Those are my buttons. Those are my buttons. My inverted button needs some styling, but I'm looking for the place that I use dash text color. Everywhere that I did primary text color. No, not text color. Text color was fine. Excuse me, root. Which one was it that I changed? Top bar text color. Oops. Control H. And pasta. changes to foreground. All current project. All current project documents open. Save. Control save. I mean Control Shift save. You know what I meant to say. Cool. So that should have updated all of my variable usages of that one. The only one that should say text is primary text color. Everything else should either be foreground or background because it might not necessarily be text. It's just the thing that is in the foreground. Do you know what I say? Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. I think we're good. Two subsets. That's how I usually write. No point if you get caught. But yes, I think here's the next thing. I think we will be using this grid for the... I have so many windows open. Why do they all open all the time? Okay, for this account transaction history thing. Oh, did I actually... Okay, I named a thing completely wrong and it's gonna bother me. So we need to fix it. This is not transaction details. Yes, it is. I lied. I thought that I called this transaction history, but transaction history is going to be this thing at the very bottom. Down here. That shows all of our entered transactions. Most likely it's going to be initially sorted by transaction date descending. So the most recent transaction is on top. But there will be filters. And so we may as well use a data grid that's already been established. I've tried my hand at building data grids myself. It is pretty tough, especially when it comes to trying to add functionality like click to sort headers, which is easy if your data grid is just based off of a table, changing the column widths for an entire column, and then setting up custom content inside of each TD based on what data it has. Oh man. And of course, I'm really, really tempted to just try to roll my own again. But instead, I think we should just use the quick data grid because it's not really third party. It's still something that Microsoft have developed. But my goal with this was to not use any third-party component libraries or CSS libraries. It is experimental though. I'm okay with experimental too. But do I want to do it? Do I want to add quick grid? Because like this is a thing that should be pretty straightforward. Is you create a grid component that has child components. Those child components are columns. But there was another more advanced scenario. There's inline edit, so you have one template for your item display and one template for your edit item display if you're going to use inline editing. I just kind of want to use theirs. Like one data grid that I have found to be really, really well established and robust is Mudblazor's data grid. I just don't like not being able to customize it very easily. Take your time though. I'm just trying to talk you up. If you are, by the way, not a designer and you're looking for a good component library to just make a decent or even good looking website without much effort, um, without needing to focus on styling things, Mudblazor is a really good library. I have heard people having really good experiences with it, except when it comes to customization. Then it's been pretty difficult. But they have a lot of really good components, and their data grid is pretty freaking good. Yeah. Like you can set it up with all of these options. Man, oof. It's gonna be fun. I think we should create our own. I'm gonna regret it, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna try to create my own version of Quick Grid that will suit our purposes, which is only going to be sortable based off of a column, filterable based off of a field value or set of values. Exactly. Yeah. So that's what that well-spoken Avitus. Avitus said, isn't that always the way though? You can have ease of use or configurability, but not both. Deflex says he wants to try using QuickGrid, but we still use basic HTML table with some CSS. Yeah. And that's what, like, yeah, instead of creating a grid for this, I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I even forgot what I was trying to open here. Instead of creating a grid for this really could just be a table. And then inside of my headers, I could have my sort up, down, filter as applied column, header text stuff, and then each row would be fine. And then I could have my different view for a given TR based off of whether I'm editing or not, doing an inline edit. Yeah, as I'm looking at this is not going to be a table anyway. If you've been to just about any financial website, you'll know that their transaction stuff, they're essentially unordered lists that are styled so that they take up the same amounts of width. This is where the date column and then the item itself takes up as much space, and then the amount is on the far right, and then the balance is just after that. And then you click on it, and then you can see more details when it expands. That's a lot easier to do with an unordered list with child content, as opposed to a table row where you need to either add another table row that takes up the entire width, which just starts looking awkward, or yeah, just a lot of weirdnesses. Because we're going to have a lot of master child type things in here. So I think we're going to make this an unordered list. Another alternative would be div soup. Music volume was too high. Oh, it's because this song was like, oi. I think my mic did end up being too low again. It's because I kept peaking, and so I turned it down, and I can't find a good balance again. Dukasoff was jamming out to the song though. Anyway, yeah, so I think we are gonna make this either display grid. I mean, what else would display grid be for other than styling a grid? But we run into the issue that I think it was live coding or maybe even DC Aggie. I think it was DC Aggie, now that I think of it, that made the comment about why have a table when we can just have. Oh, we are replacing the table inside of you with a rat's nest of divs. And that's what I think we're going to do with this. We're going to make this display grid with. Oh, actually, I can do it that way. I can do it the way that I've done it before, which is we will have a wrapper for each row. And then each of those wrappers will be the thing that takes display grid and then has the fixed column sizes. That way I can have functionality where you can mouse between a column, get the double arrow, click, drag, and it'll resize the column based off of a variable value. So let me just show a really quick example of what I mean by that. This is going to be in a different component completely, so I'll just put it down here. Grid. And so the grid row will have, so the grid will have grid rows, and that each grid row will be display grid, grid template columns. And then I would need to make sure that I specify the column width for every single one of the columns. Otherwise, each row is going to be sized differently based on the content of each cell within that row. But let's just say that it was 12ch. Yeah. I wanted your suggestion because I couldn't come up with anything better. Jerk. To the right? Is that what I'm supposed to push? No. I don't know what I'm supposed to push to make that work. But instead of using fixed values, I would have col1 width, col2 width, col. Are you going to fill in the rest for me? Anyway, let's just do 3 columns because I need to get going. Col1 width, 2, and 3. And that way, when I populate my table and I add the functionality for click drag in between columns to resize, I will just be changing the values of these CSS variables, which actually I can move out here just so that I can have more specificity. Inside of a column row or inside of a grid row component, I would have a style tag, and the style tag will set the column 1 width value, column 2 width value, column 3 width value. And that way, when you change the width of one of them, it'll affect every single one that uses that same class, grid row class. So that's the concept. We're going to implement that tomorrow because I am done for the day. I need to get back to work. I have a million things to do before next Tuesday, and it keeps getting more and more all over the place for me. Like I have my direction that I get from the client project manager, but then I also have someone from the Sogeti side that is the project manager for the programming team that dictates what efforts we're putting forward, each of their team members. But it's kind of weird because I'm on the UI team by myself, but I'm also part of the programming team, I think. I don't know for sure. Um, so I'm getting direction from both of them right now, and my main focus is satisfying the client need, making sure that they're happy with the direction that we're going, that we're accomplishing the goal. So I'm going to be working on that, on what they told me to focus on today, which is mostly accessibility it's also UI testing. And so I'm doing research into Selenium and all of that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for the rest of the day. Unlike yesterday, I will actually say that I'm going to be in the, sorry, like yesterday, I will say that I will be in the stream community hangout channel. Sorry, just the community hangout channel in Discord. Unlike yesterday, I'll actually be there today. Yesterday was, I got interrupted and then, oh, anyway, I'm going to go get a snack and then hop into that voice channel. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. You can't see me. I was pointing all over the place and you couldn't see anything. Not that you could see what I was pointing at anyway. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, especially hanging out with whoever you happen to hang out with next. And yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. That's it for me. Bye bye. Bye Deflux. Bye Dukazov. Bye DC Aggie. Bye Automated Realms. I like Who Hot. Who Hot. Who Hot. Okay. Bye bye. Tschüss.